This video is brought to you by Gladiator Concealment. Link in the description box below. Guys, it's Michael and Kyle with AKM Tactical. We appreciate y'all watching. We want to take a few minutes today and talk to y'all a little bit about situational awareness. This stuff don't mean crap if you don't have good situational awareness.
Yeah, this is your most important tool.
Absolutely. You know, we see these guys that are out and about, and pay attention. Just pay attention to what's going on in the world around you. What do you see most people doing? They flipping on that phone, man. They on
I'm
that
guilty
phone.
of it too sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I can be too. But they're flipping on that phone and they're looking at things. They're on Instagram or they're on Facebook or whatever their thing is. Head on a swivel. Pay attention to what's going on around you. And I want to kind of talk a little bit about a video that I saw not too long ago. I guess it was the other night. Brightside's been around for a long time. They're a firearms school out of Las Vegas, Nevada. You gotta put a second mortgage on your house to go there.
Yeah,
but
it's expensive, yeah.
but the training there is great training. But they do. Brad Ackman is their director of training, and he does a video where he takes a actual shooting and they break it down and they look at what happened and what they should have done and shouldn't have done. Same thing that old active self-protection guy does.
Yeah.
Go
follow him, by the way.
Yeah, he's got good stuff.
We're talking about mindset.
Yeah.
He's a good one to follow.
But this video, like, it amazed me at what this guy was doing. So this cop pulled this person over for speeding or whatever, some kind of traffic violation. And he's up there and he's standing in the window and he's talking to him and he's got his head down. This dude comes walking up out of the side of the camera. It's his dash cam that's picking all of it up. Dude's walking out. Dude pulls a gun, some kind of something.
High point.
Yeah, some kind of crappy gun. So he pulls the gun and the gun is like, it's like this. It's like not in battery and it's all hung up. And he's over there and he's looking at the cop and the cop's got his back to him and he's like pilling with it. And he gets the gun back operational and then comes up to the cop and points the gun at him. Now the cop turns around, sees what happens, starts backing up, creating distance, pulls his gun. The guy shoots at the cop and hits the cop's body armor. Luckily, hits the cop's body armor. Guy creates distance, gets around the car, and gets to cover concealment, whichever you want to call it. And he exchanges fire with the bad guy. I don't know if he hit the bad guy. I'm not really sure because the bad guy come out of frame. But
who won? Did he win? Did he live?
He lived. He lived. So he got away with it. But where was his situational awareness, man?
It must have been a hot chick he pulled over.
Yeah, for real. Like, what was he paying attention to? Like, the dude was back there clearing malfunctions on the gun before he even engaged the cop.
If I hear this.
Yeah, come on. Seriously?
Yeah.
So, guys, pay attention to what's going on around you because these thugs are paying attention. They are paying attention to what's going on around them.
And what you got to understand, we talk about people's situational awareness being for crap. I've said it in a previous video. I'll say it again. You go to Walmart, nobody really cares what you're doing. People walk around and, you know, they live in their own world. They think that nothing bad will ever happen to them because that's just, you know, I think naturally, like, the human mind and heart is optimistic.
Yep.
And then there's predators, predators that, you know, prey on people like that.
Yep.
And that predatory mindset is not the same as the people that we're talking about.
Yep.
When you walk around at Walmart, the predator is looking for opportunities,
Yep.
you know, to strike. The predator may be the one that notices that, hey, that guy might have a gun that is, you know, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Just be mindful that there's predators out there, and, you know, we don't want you to walk around in yellow all the time, situation yellow. You can walk around in the green, but just be aware of your surroundings. And I'll tell you a story about that. And Michael, I shared the story with him the first time we shot this video, and he'd actually never heard it before. I didn't realize that. When I was a nursing student, I had got off of work at the ER, and I had headed home. Well, my buddy was at a local bar, and he was drunk, and he needed a ride. So on this channel, we do not condone drinking and driving. If you do, you're a freaking idiot.
Yep.
Don't even watch this channel anymore. But anyways, he was drunk. He did the right thing. He called me, so I went and picked him up. And on the way home, he said that he wanted to stop at a gas station. He wanted to get some chips and a drink, whatever. Well, it was 11:30 at night. And this is a mistake that I made. This is something that I shouldn't have done. I should have said, no, we're going to the house. I've got stuff at the house. You know, it may not be what you want, but too bad.
Right.
Anyway, so we stop, and I got a little single cab Chevy, and I didn't have my permit at the time, so I had my Glock. It was a Glock 23 RTF2 Fishkill Serrations. Still got that gun. Love it because it was my first pistol. But it was sitting right behind the center console in a holster, Kydex holster. So anyways, he gets out of the vehicle, goes inside, and me being who I am, I noticed these guys that were checking out their vehicle. They had the hood up. They looked like they were having problems. And I heard one of them talking about they needed a funnel. And I had a water bottle with me. I just dumped out the rest of it that I had. Took actually this knife and I cut the top off and I made a funnel. I walked over there and I handed it to him. In the meantime, I think I was putting my knife in my pocket or something, whatever. But this guy that was with him, clearly drunk, he was like, hey man, nice knife. I don't carry a knife because I got my guns. And he was probably referring to his arms, which he had tiny alcoholic arms, so I don't know what he was getting at there. But
for all you know, though, he was talking about 2 high points or 2 whatever.
I got my guns on me, and
2 high points.
And it sent me up a notch. Okay, so I wasn't in the red yet, but like that was like, okay, you get away from this guy. So I went back to my vehicle. My buddy got in. When he did, he had his window down because he's a freaking idiot. And anyway, well, he was drunk, so whatever. But the guy followed us back to the vehicle. And he's just, making bullcrap conversation, just, all up in the window, making me nervous. I can't leave because he's right there. I don't want to run him over. Well, anyways, the conversation shifts to, can I have some money? Yeah. And I said, look, man, I'm not giving you any cash. And he got nasty. And he got kind of aggressive, and then what really sent me into the red was he kind of pointed at us. He's like, see if you make it home tonight, white boy. And at that point, like, my arm was already on my center console. I just reached back and I unholstered that gun, and when he saw me reach, he did the smartest thing he had done all night. He just backed up. And man, I'm telling you guys, just thinking about it just gives me the heebie-jeebies, because that's the place that you don't want to be. You don't ever want to be there, guys. We talk about guns and gear and stuff and being prepared, but that's being prepared for the worst day of your life. You don't want to be there, guys. You don't want to. I went home and I was mad. I was cussing. I rolled out of there as fast as I could, and I did. I cussed out my friend, and but really it was my fault. I was the sober one. I was the one in control. I should have said, no, we're not stopping at that gas station, or rolled your window up, you freaking goofball, or it was my fault. There was mistakes that I had made that landed me in that situation, and it's a situation that you don't want to be on. I had this guy not backed up, and had he just reached for something, put his hands anywhere that made me uncomfortable, that gun was coming out, and I had to probably bring it over the top of my buddy's head, but it was coming out, and it was going to be pressed out at him, barking commands. And I don't ever want to be in that situation. Yeah. I don't ever want to be there. If the time comes, I pray to God that I'm ready, and that he would give me the strength to do what I need to do. But you don't want to be there, guys, and I put myself in a bad situation. So when we talk about situational awareness, we're talking about using this. And had I used my head like I know, I'm a pretty sharp guy normally, right. But that was a dumb thing to do. And so use your head, guys. Don't put yourself in a bad situation. Just because you carry a gun doesn't mean you can go wherever you want to. Actually, it should mean
that you don't
go.
Yeah.
Because there's a fight for your life. you know, and that's the most important fight to win. And then there's after the fight.
Yep.
And that's what you see going on with these cops that are shooting people,
Yep.
whether they do it justifiably or not. They're in a fight for their lives afterwards, you know,
For their freedom.
And
their job, you know.
their
Not
job,
only
their
freedom, but
livelihood,
job.
their family.
Yep.
You got to think about those things.
Yep.
And so, moral of the story is, don't put yourself in a bad situation. You know, there's a lot of people that may even watch this video and laugh about the whole sheepdog and freaking Yankee Marshall. I do not like at all. Posted a video and I'm not a sheepdog, blah blah blah. He's a freaking liberal anyway, so whatever. Being a sheepdog is, and I'm not gonna like run around with a hat on that says sheepdog on it, but
Right.
and that's not what being a sheepdog is about.
No.
Being a sheepdog is being kind to your fellow man. You know, the sheep don't fear the sheepdog. You know.
Yep.
Well, that's not true. The sheep are wary of the sheepdog. He walks around. He's always on guard. He's got teeth. But the sheepdog is always kind to the sheep. He never would do anything to hurt them. He would never
The sheep,
steer them in the wrong
the
direction.
sheep respect the sheepdog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether and it just be, and like you see these people, they think, why do you need a 10-round plus magazine? Why do you need to carry a gun? Those are the sheep that we're talking about. Some of your sheep, are happy to have the sheepdog around, but being a sheepdog is about having the teeth to go after the wolf when the wolf knocks on your door, and that's what we preach. Be kind to your fellow man, but also be ready, and be smart and be aware, and. Like I said, some people, I'm not a sheepdog, that's stupid. You think you're above the sheep. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, whatever.
However you feel about that, I don't care. But as far as mindset goes, I think that's the mindset to have, is that I'm going to be kind to my fellow man, and if the wolf knocks on my door, I'm going to fight back. So
Yeah, and mindset is key. There's a reason that when you go to a training class, a lot of times they teach mindset over everything else.
they should.
They should. If you, whether you like them or not, the guys at TAC Response know about mindset, and they teach mindset, tactics, skill, and gear. That's there and in that order. And to cover that, we're actually taking Fighting Pistol in March.
March 18th and 19th.
We're really excited about that. We actually got a viewer that's going to go take it with us. Any of you guys that can get to Camden that weekend and want to take it, sign up, man. We'll all hang out. We'll go out to eat, and
we will not be staying in the team room.
yeah, we won't be staying in the team room, but we will be there. We are signed up, and we will be there. I don't always agree with them on everything, but when it comes to talking about mindset, absolutely being ready for the fight, and they teach you to stay away from those places that if it's a place that you could possibly get in a gunfight, don't be there. Don't be there.
Any of you guys that, and I kind of hinted to this earlier, like I used to have a drink, and Michael did too. We used to drink.
Years ago I did. I don't anymore, but yeah.
But the biggest reason I don't is you can't carry a gun when you drink.
Yep.
0.08 to drive, 0.01 if you're gonna be involved in a shooting, in a self-defense situation. If you go out there and you drink a couple of beers and God forbid something happens where you have to shoot somebody, well, that second fight that we talk about, the fight for your life, and you just lost that fight.
Yep.
And because you can't justify that if you've been drinking.
Yep.
And and that goes into mindset as well, guys. I'm not saying in the comfort of your own home don't have a drink, but if you're gonna go out in public and drink, you better not have your freaking gun on you, because it's illegal and it's highly frowned upon, and it makes guys like us that always try to do the right thing, it makes us look bad.
Yep.
So if you're going to do that, you got a designated driver, you should, because I've already preached on that. Get a designated carrier too. And I've done that before. I've been out with my buddies and I'm like, hey, I'm not going to drink, but if you're at a restaurant or whatever, I'm not going to drink, but I'll be the designated carrier. I'll be the designated driver. Be that guy. Don't be the other guy.
Yep. Just and the main thing, just be mindful. Think about things. Think about what you're doing. Try to be try to be a few steps ahead of yourself.
Oh yeah.
You know,
A few steps ahead of everybody.
and if you will strive to be a few steps ahead of yourself, you'll be a few steps ahead of everybody else.
That's right.
Mindset, guys. Keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention to what's going on around you, and don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, don't go to a gas station in a bad part of town at 11:30 at night.
Yeah, and make funnels for people.
Yeah, trying to be nice. Trying to be nice,
Yeah, man. I know it's what you get for trying to be nice.
I know.
But you have to be. You have to be nice. So
we don't
anyways,
recommend picking up hitchhikers, but
Yeah. Folks is crazy.
anyways, we're rambling.
Yeah. You got anything else, man?
Man, that's it.
Guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Like, share, subscribe. Ask us questions. Go over to the Facebook page and ask us there. Post publicly on the Facebook page. But you can also message us on the Facebook page, and we can get in a more in-depth conversation about this stuff. If you ask us a question on the channel, we're just going to answer that question. We're not going to go into a big, long conversation with you. We have, but it's a lot easier on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
So, as always, guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Links to our social media outlets will be in the description box below.
Follow us on Instagram too.
Yeah.
You want to see the gear? That's where I use it. That's a gun community.
Yeah.
And if you're not in that gun community on Instagram, get in there, man. That's some cool stuff.
That's cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Y'all be safe.